Okay, example number 2. We've got 2x squared plus 19x minus 10. Okay, let's go through the process just like we did before. We multiply these two numbers. Now that's a negative 10. 2 times negative 10, that's negative 20. So when I list the factors, I'm looking for numbers that multiply to be negative 20. All right, let's do negative 1 and positive 20, 1 and negative 20, 2 and negative 10, negative 2 and positive 10, 4 and negative 5, negative 4 and positive 5. I don't think I'm missing any there. Okay, and from this list of factors for negative 20, which of these add together to be positive 19? Okay, you're not going to get 19 down here. You're not going to get 19 from these. Okay, so I hope it's obvious that the 19 is going to come from up in this area, right? There's not enough separation here to create a total of 19, right? 4 and 5 are close, right? 2 and 10, kind of far apart on a number line, but not nearly far enough to get to 19. This is where we're looking. Okay, so to make this a little simpler, let's erase this. Which one of these pairs produces a positive 19 when I add them, right? Can't be negative 20 and positive 1. Think about a number line, right? If this is 0, right, and negative 20 is over here, and you add 1, you get to negative 19. That's not going to get you there. So the only solution that makes sense here is to use negative 1 and positive 20. So when I go to my area model, my box model, whatever you want to call it, this first term still goes here. This last term still goes here. And then these two terms go in these two spots. Right? Oops, sorry, forgot the x. There you go. Now we're looking to pull out the greatest common factor in these 4 directions, right? This way, this way, this way, and here. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one we start with. Let's go this way first. Okay, we see a 2x squared minus 1x. Okay, when you look at the coefficients, when you look at the numbers, the greatest common factor for 1 and 2, right, would be 1. But they both have an x. This one has 2 x's, this one has 1, but I can only pull out the one that they have in common. In this case, that's just 1x. So I'm pulling an x out of this direction. When I look here, okay, 20x and a negative 10. What's the biggest number that both of these are divisible by? They're both divisible by 2. They're both divisible by 5, but they're both divisible by 10. So I can pull 10 out. Okay, now when I pull out the 10, this is going to be positive. You remember this from some of the examples we did earlier in the week. If this number is negative, this number will be negative. But if this number is positive, this number is positive. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go in this direction. What's the biggest number that 2 and 20 are both divisible by? That would have to be 2. This has an x. This is x squared. So we pull out an x. Now when I look here, what's the biggest number that negative 10 and negative 1? Well, when I say the biggest number, the only thing that negative 1 is divisible by is negative 1 and 1, right? But because this is negative, when I pull the number out here, I'm getting a negative 1, right? If this is negative, this is negative. Just like I said, if this is positive, this is positive. Okay, regardless of what number we get down here. So I'm pulling out a negative 1. So my factored form here, 2x minus 1 times 1x, we'll just say x plus 10. There you go.